getting on camera. I am ready for bed, but I just got off the phone with my sister right quick, and about a few weeks ago, Tia and Tamera, well Tia, I think it is. She's the one with the new show, and she was in the news. There were a lot of headlines about how she made a statement for her new show that her sister and her didn't have the same bond like they once did. And we all grew up with sister, Tia and Tamera. So everybody was like, oh no, why aren't the sisters close? And Tia didn't say anything negative about her sister. She basically said that they're in two different places in their lives, right? One is married, she's now newly divorced, and she was just saying that she wishes her sister could have been there for her more in that season of her life. And everybody made a big deal about it, but as someone who has a sister who is not my twin, but at one point people thought we were twins, and we've been through that same season, I totally get it. I totally understand. Sister, and I'll even go so far as to say sibling bonds, they change. They change as you get older. And even if you had the same mom and dad and you were the best of friends at one point in time, people change. So naturally, your sister, your brother, your siblings, they will and they can change too. Um, I just got off the phone with my sister, and I'm so happy that my sister and I, who have also gone through our own Tia and Tamara phase of not being so close, I'm so happy that we're in a place right now where we are close, because I'm in the worst season of my whole entire life, and I need people who know me, who truly know me and have my back. And my sister is one of those people. My sister is like 2 years younger than me. When so I'm the older sister, so of course at first I was bigger, she was smaller. Then we went through a period where we were the same size and everybody thought we were twins, but our mom dressed us alike. Everybody could have sworn, are they twins, are they twins, are they twins, are they twins? We shared a room together. And then we went, and then as we became teens, my sister was taller than me, and people thought she was the older sister and I was the younger sister. So it switched. And we had a lot of differences. My sister is very creative, very talented, super talented. She can do hair, she can do anything. The one and only Nicole said, your head is shaped like a light bulb. Okay. I've heard that my head is shaped like other things. I don't mind a light bulb. I'll take it. Um, but anyway, my sister is very different than myself. I'm more into the books and like technical stuff. My sister is super creative, can cook anything, do anybody's hair, do nails, learn anything on the fly. And so, excuse me, people would compare us all of the time, which I hated. They would ask her why she wasn't more like me and ask me why I wasn't more like her. That created a divide and a rift between my sister and I, excuse me, amongst other things, right? Other things also created like a divide between us, right? So there was a period of time where we, hold on 1 second. I don't know how to do live. Okay. Boom. Okay, got it. So there was a period of time when we didn't talk for a while. We had a lot of disagreements. We didn't talk, and things were just very rough between us. We had different experiences in life, and because we were younger, like this was when we were like in our 20s, I didn't understand her perspective on some things. She didn't understand my perspective. We didn't share experiences. So it was creating a clash, just like how Tia and Tamara are. If Tamara is married and Tia is divorced, they're going to see things differently because they're looking through different lenses now. So again, I totally get what they're saying. The thing is, if you're close enough and if you work at it, you get through that phase. You get through that phase, and then you'll be closer than ever. So I'm not worried about Tia and Tamara, because I think like my sister and myself, they'll go through the same phase. Like I said, that was in my 20s and our 30s. I'll say our 20s and our 30s, we really didn't have the closest bond. But now in our 40s, we have lived, baby. We have lived, we have had so many things happen to us. We remember the foundation of our sisterhood, and my sister and I, this is the important part. we are doing the healing. We are doing the work as far as resolving some of our traumas, some things that have happened to us. Again, very different experiences, but we are talking about therapy. We're talking about counseling. And before, like, it would get heated. We could curse each other out, hang up the phone on each other, and we wouldn't speak for 6 months. There were very long periods of time when I didn't speak to my sister in the past, and it hurt my heart. But I wasn't going to bow down, and she wasn't going to bow down either. It was this ego thing, and it was also just a lack of understanding that we're two totally different people. We forgot the same thing that we wanted other people to remember when we were younger. We're not the same person. And so I don't always have to see things the way she sees things, and she doesn't always have to see things the way that I see things. You know what I'm saying? So now in our 40s, where she's been to therapy, I haven't been to therapy yet. I have to get a therapist, go to therapy, a counselor, but I am plugging in until I find a therapist, and I'm able to afford one. I'm plugging in to therapists online like Dr. Spirit and this other young lady who I found who is very, very good. And I'm just taking notes, reflecting on those notes, and doing the activities that they suggest. And that is helping me out a lot. That in the Bible, God, Jesus, therapy. That is like, that is what I'm focused on right now. And so now I am able to say, when my sister says something I don't agree with or I don't like, I'm able to say, okay, I hear your perspective, or I hear you. I can at least acknowledge what she's saying without, even if I don't agree with it. And likewise, she can do the same thing with me. I have been able to tell my sister, unlike before, I've been able to now tell my sister when she hurts my feelings, or, hey, I don't like how you say that to me. And she's been able to take a step back and say, I apologize if I made you feel that way, Kim. Whereas that was not happening before. This is growth. This is maturity. This is counseling in action. This is healing. This is breaking patterns in our family that are very, very negative. And I'm so proud of my sister and myself that we're both, because it takes two, y'all. It takes two. It takes two to make a thing go right, right? And so my sister and I, we yeah, we're doing these things now. We're having conversations that really show our growth and our desire to want to have a strong sister bond and really be there for each other. And I know that's not possible for everybody, but I am here to tell you that if you have a sibling, you can't control them, but you can control you. Hey, what's going on, Vicky Crow? I haven't seen you in a while. Well, you probably thinking the same thing about me, and you're correct. You haven't seen me in a while. She said, right. Yeah, you can't control the other person, but you can control you. And I'll tell y'all this, for those of you who do not have a bond with your sister or your sibling, because I have a brother right now, and he's blocked. I love him dearly, but my brother and I, it's funny, my brother is 4 years younger than me, and people think that he and I are twins. He's my little brother, but he's taller than me, so it's like the same thing. Everybody thinks I'm a twin with all my siblings that I grew up with. But my brother and I have a strained relationship just due to some habits he has that I'm gonna pray that he's able to overcome. But for the time being, I've had to block him just to protect myself. Even though I love him dearly and I miss him, I have to protect myself. So I understand not having a good relationship with your siblings, but that takes two people. So if you're in a season of not having a good relationship with your sibling, just understand that this too shall pass. But when it passes, prepare yourself to come as a healed version of yourself, a mature version of yourself, and hopefully you'll be meeting your sibling's counterpart as well. Because if not, then there's only so much you can do. I'll tell y'all this, and then I'm going to end with this. My sister and I are in a great place right now. We're supporting each other through things. She calls me and checks on me every day. I call her and check on her every night. Like, you good? Is there anything I can help you with? We hear each other out. If we disagree, we take a breather. We're not doing the long periods of not talking, because as we've gotten older, we're seeing as family members pass, life was just too short. But I'll tell y'all this. This is my sister and I making a concentrated effort to change family patterns. My mom and my aunt, they are in their 60s. And for 6 decades, well, no, we're in our 40s. So literally for our whole entire lives, for 4 decades, my sister and I have watched my mom and my aunt fight seriously about the same. exact things. And I will say this, not taking up for my mom because she's my mom. Neither one is 100% blameless. Neither one is 100% guilty. However, for the most part, it is my aunt that starts the stuff. And she starts not only with my mom, but with every single person in my family. And it has created so much family conflict and drama that it is just, it makes me, oh my gosh, it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. But what I see is, I'm just going to talk about my aunt. I see a stubbornness in her to where she's never right. She's always wrong. She's very disrespectful, not just to my mom, but to everybody, myself included. She does not like harmony. And she is even going so far. Like the rift between her and my mom is so wide that she has even gone as far as to trying to recreate that between my sister and I, being divisive between my sister and I throughout the years, to say things to basically make my sister and I a modern day version of her and my mom. And I'm so glad and proud and happy that my sister and I have not let that be the case. But it took so much. It took so much. But you have to be willing to hear the other person out. You have to be able to recognize that your differences don't have to create distance. You have to be working on yourself, and you have to give these seasons, these different variations of your life, time to pass. So Tia and Tamera will be fine. In the meantime, I'm just happy that my sister and I are in this great place. Will my mom and my aunt ever get together? I'm a believer, so I'm supposed to say with God all things are possible. But the truth is, no, I'm just but I'm just gonna end the live right there and go to sleep. But if y'all have a sibling, again, realize that all siblings are not close, but just do your part. Do your part so that if your sibling ever heals, that the healed version of them can meet the healed version of you. In the words of Dr. Spirit. Now, good night.